All right, so welcome to this week's Unikernel Application Spotlight. This week it's running a little bit late, but we got one to show you this week. We're looking this week at rustfs. So rustfs is a kind of like a Minio slash Ceph replacement. As you might tell by the name, it's written in Rust, and it's here on GitHub. It's got about 22,000 stars. I think it's Apache 2. Yeah, it's Apache 2. So you can knock yourself out with it. Yeah, we can just get into it. So this is, a lot of people need an S3 interface, but they don't want to use S3, especially if they're serving a crap ton of files, either internally for the org or externally. At a certain stage, it just makes sense to have your own S3 compatible storage, and that's exactly what this provides. They've got all these crazy build instructions here for like Docker and so forth, but you can run it as a unikernel because it's just one binary, and it's not too big, but you can get it here. Let's go ahead and jump. Well, let's look at some docs real quick. So where we mentioned it's kind of Rust, it's open source, yada yada. Some performance comparisons and other comparisons in general. You have Ceph and Minio are kind of the two main containers. This one's C++, this one's Go, obviously. There's been a lot of brouhaha with the Minio stuff lately because of some of their licensing changes, and I guess I guess they've completely walked away from open source, apparently. So that's probably one reason why rustfs has gained a lot of traction lately. But it has a lot of interesting qualities in that regard. The design architecture, it is distributed. I think they're using Raft, or maybe I'm just making that up. Looks like I am making that up. Anyways, it is supposed to be distributed, but it has all the different features. Now, enough of me talking. I think you just want to kind of check this out, right? All right, so let's run it. Let's see here. Let's grab this guy, and we can pop it open. It's up and running. We can go ahead and log in here. I stuffed the default username password. Yeah, it's just rustfs admin. So we do yada yada, right? And we'll go ahead and log in. It says change your password. No shit. So let's create a bucket. Let's do Bob as the bucket name. So we got a new bucket. We can upload some crap. So speaking of, for instance, you could store some of your unikernel images in here. By default, I think everything but Amazon, we upload to an S3 storage system to store unikernel images in. Amazon, we write directly to the EBS import service, and so that's a lot faster, and that's why we do that. Maybe we'll do that in other providers in the future, but Google and Azure and some of these others, they write something like this. So we can upload a file. We're going to select the file. I'm going to give you bob.txt. So we upload it, and we can refresh. Hey, here's our file. And we've got, our E tag, we got versions, we've got legal holds, URL expiration. We can do a preview. Hey, Bob was here. We can generate a URL. We can copy and paste that bad boy. Oh, check it out. We got our little temporary URL. So we got users, we got policies, access keys. So, this is everything that S3 basically gives you, right? Import, export. We have all this stats and metrics showing you, all the good stuff, the types of backends and so forth. We've got SSE, tiered storage, even event destinations, the license Apache 2, and then obviously our docs, which is a nice little plus that they plug that in there. So it's a neat little interface. It is v100 alpha, but I wouldn't read that. I wouldn't read too much into that. I mean, after all, both nanos and ops are on 0.1 dot whatever. But that's only because we like do point bumps for what are basically releases. But yeah, this was this week's Unikernel Application Spotlight, running rustfs as a unikernel. All right, till next week.